Alright, what's up? I'm Charm City 187. It's time for my Week 16 picks. Week 15, I got 3 games wrong. I got the Washington-Cleveland game wrong, the Denver-Baltimore, and the Detroit-Arizona game. Figures Detroit would find a way to lose to a team without a quarterback and without an offense, but somehow they figured out a way to lose to them. And what else? I knew Denver was going to beat Baltimore, but just couldn't pick against my team. So basically, I really only got 1 game wrong because I said that Detroit was going to lose, but I couldn't pick Arizona because they don't have a quarterback. But anyways, on to Week 16. The games this week are only on Saturday and Sunday, which I fucking hate because that means Sunday there's going to be 15 games on. Not going to be able to watch barely any of them. But yeah, alright. Saturday the 22nd at 8:30, you got Atlanta at Detroit. Taking Atlanta. Detroit fucking sucks. Calvin Johnson, I think he's going for Jerry Rice's receiving yardage record. Stafford and Johnson are the only people on that team that are worth a fuck. The rest of them are worthless. Ndamukong Suh and the whole entire defense do not know how to win. And yeah, every game is the same thing with them. Their defense ruins it. Sunday the 23rd, 1 o'clock games. You got New Orleans at Dallas. I'm going to take Dallas just because they're in the hunt and New Orleans is out of it. I think Romo's going to be able to shred New Orleans defense. The only thing I really don't like about picking Dallas is they're playing at home. At home, they have an under 500 record since the stadium's been built. That's really the only reason why I was thinking not to pick Dallas, but I think they're going to pull it out. Tennessee at Green Bay. Green Bay's going to murder them. Indianapolis at Kansas City. Indy's going to kill them. Kansas City, they're done for probably 2 or 3 more years until they can get a decent quarterback. Buffalo at Miami. Going to take Miami. I don't know what is going on with Buffalo. They were actually coming on the end of October and in November playing pretty good, but I like CJ Spiller. He's a beast, but Fred Jackson is horrible. I heard a soundbite from him on Sound FX the other day, and he was like, "Man, I fumbled more times this game than I've fumbled my whole fucking career." And yeah, he's probably pretty much almost done. San Diego at the Jets. Whoever made the schedule for the NFL this year should be bitch smacked. Like, who the fuck wants to watch the Jets and the Titans on Monday Night Football in Week 15? Like, that is the worst game you could have put on Week 15. Horrible. But anyway, San Diego's going to kill them. The only reason why I would take the Jets is because McElroy's starting, but even with McElroy starting, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything because they don't have any players around him. They have no wide receivers. Their tight ends scared to death to go out and catch the ball. And San Diego's going to kill them. You got Washington at Philadelphia. I'm taking Washington, but see, it's a long shot with Washington. 1 week they play great, the next week they play like shit, you know. But I mean, Philly's basically dead in the water. That's the only reason why I'm taking Washington. That stadium will probably be half empty. It will probably be all the way empty at the end of halftime. Plus, Philly the other night against Cincinnati, they looked actually good the first half, and then the second half they came out and I think they turned the ball over like 7 times. Horrible. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Now this one is like, I hate picking the AFC North because Pittsburgh is like 1 week a Super Bowl team, the next week the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, I don't know. And And Cincinnati, the first half of that game against the Eagles on Thursday night was absolutely fucking pathetic. But I'm going to take Cincinnati just because... Or no, I'm not. I'm taking Pittsburgh. I don't care who wins the game, really, but I guess I'm going to take Pittsburgh. St. Louis at Tampa Bay, going to take St. Louis. Oakland at Carolina. Carolina, they be murdering teams when they play against teams that are on their level. When they play against better teams, they suck. But I don't know. I think Carolina might be actually pretty good next year. Just they need a couple pieces on defense, and then they'll be a good team. New England at Jacksonville. I'm going to take New England, but I'm going to laugh my ass off if Jacksonville beats them. Saw Jones-Drew's first game back since week 7. And that's the way you beat New England. You run the ball, keep Brady off the field. You got to score touchdowns and make them kick field goals. That's how you beat them. Minnesota at Houston. I'm going to take Minnesota 21-17. I just don't think Arian Foster is going to be able to run that good on Minnesota's defense. And when Arian Foster doesn't have good games, Matt Schaub doesn't have good games because the play action doesn't work. And you see what happens when Matt Schaub's forced to throw the ball to win the game. Shit like Green Bay and the Patriots game where he had to throw the ball and he couldn't. Adrian Peterson, I think he's like 250 yards away from Dickerson's record. He's going to break it. He'll probably break it next week against Green Bay, but I'm still going to take Minnesota 21-17. 4:05, you got Cleveland at Denver. Denver, they really didn't surprise me as much as I thought they were going to do on Sunday against the Ravens. The Ravens basically killed themselves. And Cleveland actually has a pretty good defense, and our defense was shutting them down the whole first part of the game. The whole first half, they had one good drive that was 70 yards where they scored a touchdown. The rest of it was 3 and outs, and then Flacco picked 6, and Flacco fumbled a ball on our 40-yard line, which they moved the ball, I think, like 8 or 10 yards and kicked the field goal. And, yeah, I'll talk about the Ravens when I get to that game. 4:25, you got Chicago at Arizona. I'm going to take Chicago. Arizona, no quarterback, no offense. I don't know how they could have beat Detroit, but somehow they did. But I don't think they're going to beat Chicago. You got the Giants at Baltimore. This should have been the Super Bowl matchup from last year, but fucking Lee Evans. Going to take Baltimore 31-17. Yo, our defense can stop people. I think there's been like 7 games this season where the opposing team hasn't even scored a touchdown. It's just they struggle when our offense is 3 and out and they're back on the field. Plus all of our linebackers, 2 of our cornerbacks, and our strong safety are all on the punt team. So every time our offense goes 3 and out, they're on the field when we punt the ball. And then they come right back out. Well, they don't even leave the field. They stay on the field, and then they play defense. And then when they force the other team to punt, they're on the field for that punt too. So basically, they're only getting 3 plays off because our offense can't get a fucking first down. But the Giants' secondary is mangled. So hopefully we can get some first downs and let our defense rest a little bit, because when our defense has rest, they're actually pretty good. It's just when the offense goes 3 and out and 3 and out and 3 and out and 3 and out is when they start struggling. Then the Sunday night game at 8:30, you got San Francisco at Seattle. I'm going to take San Francisco 38-31. Yeah, Kaepernick and Frank Gore. They're doing it. They're doing it big. I think San Francisco's defense forced like 3 or 4 turnovers against the Patriots the other night. Gonna do the same thing to Seattle. I think this will probably be like the first game this year Seattle's lost at home, except for the game against Green Bay where they won on some bullshit play at the end. But yeah, alright. Those are my week 16 picks, and I'm out. Peace.